This is the Retro Joe Tabata workout. It's a fantastic workout for hip alignment, especially if you have a condition called hip retrotorsion. It's just really going to help to solidify that hip alignment. It requires dumbbells, a step. It's a Tabata workout, so you're going to do everything 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 4 minutes each, doing them one at a time in sequence. Once again, use an app on your phone just to help to ring you through so that you know when to take breaks and when to work. So we're going to go through these exercises starting with number 1, ipsilateral step downs. So for ipsilateral step downs, that means that you're going to have the dumbbell on the same side as the working leg. Now for this step down here, you could use a stair. I'm using aerobic steps. You're going to have this foot is kind of like pointing up, so that I'm going to go up like this and I just go gently down. I kiss my heel to the floor and back up. Kiss the heel to the floor, back up. It's really a lot of stabilizing for this knee. I'm just going to give you a different view so you can kind of see how it goes. Just like this, and then just kissing the heel to the floor and back up. Now, sometimes this is too much of a step, like too much height for knee stability if you have sensitive knees. So in some cases I'll go lower, and I'll use something like just something like this, like a little yoga block, and we'll just go up and down just a couple inches. And that there, you'll start to feel it in all those stabilizers as your body tries to keep the knees desperately in alignment. That's a fantastic exercise for the knees right there, the ipsilateral step down. Now the next one we're going to be doing is elbow on knee, bent over rows. So for this one here, you generally keep a 45-degree bend in your spine like this. This elbow is on the knee, so I'm kind of bracing, and the dumbbell's hanging down. Now, when I have the dumbbell hanging down, it's going across to the opposite side shin, and I pull it all the way up and around, back down to the shin, all the way up and around. This helps give us a big arc. A mistake is to just go up and down like this. That's just a lot of bicep. We want to get all the mid-back muscles in, just like so. A progression of this movement is to do it with your hand on the crease of your hip, because then you're not bracing yourself, you have to work your posture muscles harder. And a third progression is to do a little drop catch at the top of each rep. Now a drop catch is like this. I'm doing that motion there, so it's never actually leaving my hand. I'm just kind of doing that at the top of every row. And what that'll do is it'll really work those muscles big time. It just gives a burst of muscle activation, okay? Now the next one we're going to be doing is ipsilateral deadlifts, okay? So we're going to have the dumbbell on the side of the leg you're going to be standing on. Your other leg is going to be held off the ground, all right? You're going to bend forward and you're going to touch the dumbbell down to the step, raising your other leg all the way up behind you as best you can. Stand up tall and repeat. So you're bending forward, keeping a straight spine, stand up tall and repeat. You rest the dumbbell down to the step each time. If you don't have an aerobic step, it's okay to use a stair or something similar as an alternative. For this exercise, the deadlift, that's going to be fantastic for foot and ankle stability, single leg balance, which is excellent for preventing aches and pains anywhere in the lower body. It's going to work the hamstrings, the glutes, the low back. Fantastic overall exercise. Just make sure that when you do this motion, you don't slouch like that. Just keep a very straight posture in your spine. All right, now the next one we're going to be doing is the knee to elbow incline push-ups. So you're going to have your hands on an incline. Here I'm using an exercise bench. If I want to make it easier, I can use something higher, like a massage table or a ledge. And what you're going to do here is you bring your knee to your elbow, out to the side, then you go down and up. Then you bring the foot back down. Knee to elbow, down and up. Back down. I'm alternating legs. Now if that's too hard, then I do a push-up, and I do a knee to elbow at the top. Push-up, knee to elbow at the top. If I wanted to make it more difficult, I could do it from the floor, but this is usually difficult enough for most folks, even advanced exercisers. That variation is difficult enough, okay? Next one is the reverse lunge and twist. So what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be taking a big, huge step backwards, then you're going to twist across the forward leg. Alternating legs, big, huge step backwards. Now when I twist my arms, my chest and face is still forward. It's just my arms going off as if I'm shooting a gun off to the side. I'm going to give you an alternate view here. So I lunge backward and my arms go out to the side like that. Lunge backward, shooting across. If your knees are feeling sensitive, don't go as deep. Keep this very shallow. So it might look like this if your knees are sensitive. And just work on getting stability there. Because if you don't have stability going that deep or that shallow, then you're likely to rattle things around a little bit and push it a little bit too far if we're not careful. Now the next exercise here, on that one there is a progression, and the progression would be to have your rear foot elevated on a step and do a stationary version of this. So you would just twist across, down, twist across, up, down, twist across, up, switching legs each set. That would be a progression. Now the next one we're going to be doing is the midline hammer curl press. For this one here, you're going to hammer curl the weights together like this in front of your chest. That's going to work the biceps. Then you keep them together, push them all the way up and down overhead. That's going to work a lot of the triceps. So curl, press, curl, press. From the side, curl, press, curl, press. Excellent exercise for the biceps, triceps, and the shoulders, okay? Just remember that when you press the weights, we keep the hands together. Don't separate them as you're pressing them. We want to get a little bit more triceps in here. Now the final exercise is going to be for the internal rotators of the hip. These are muscles that don't get as much attention in traditional exercise, but they can be excellent for preventing injury by helping to keep everything in place and even helping you recover from some aches and pains. So for this movement, you're going to be laying on your side, okay? Now, generally you'd have, actually I'll just show you a very no frills version of this exercise, would be laying on my side. This is like a pillow, and then I have my knees together and I raise my top leg up and down like that, okay? So I'm going to have my knees, my hips bent 90 degrees, so my knees are out in front, and then I'm just lifting the top leg up and down. Now, that's the motion. What we would do is we would take something like this. This is a mini band. It's a closed loop, and we can wrap that around the ankles for extra resistance. This here is a weighted anklet. So it uses Velcro, and you can just tie that around the top ankle, and that can increase resistance. So either of these variations can make the movement more challenging. So if I wanted to go with the mini band, I would just do this, like so, laying on my side, and you'd see that, oh, and I'm holding for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, then back down. Hold. 1, 2, 3, then back down. So we would do this variation here, or we would use an ankle weight, would be what we'd be doing. So that's the mini band there. You can buy mini bands online. They're great for many exercises. If you wanted to use an anklet, you can usually purchase them in big box stores. They're easy to order online. You can get them between 2 to 5 pounds, and you just do it with an anklet like this. That would be another variation, okay? Sorry, and 1, 2, 3 second pause, down. 1, 2, 3 second pause, down, okay? Sometimes people have sensitive hips, and we need to kind of, especially if they have very broad hips, and so we might need to put something like a foam roll or a yoga block between the knees, just so that the hips aren't collapsing in too much when you're laying in this posture. So that's a different variation on the movement. So that's an exercise that we don't do often, but it is good to give some love to those muscles, because then they can give some love back to you with increased stability and greater resilience against injury and better hip alignment. So this is the Retro Joe workout. Fantastic workout for hip alignment and general fitness. You can do it just about anywhere. I know you're going to love it. Rooting for you. the game of life.